What is it to be overtly aware of that which is asymmetrical from the reality you have always known? The initial confusion about your altered surroundings that slowly but assuredly forms into a much clearer vision, revealing a newly conceived perception that something is indeed amiss. What would your reaction be? How would you choose to move ahead in order to ascertain the actions necessary to find the truth, change the outcome, or escape it? In a future London, a woman named Jane finds herself faced with such a plight. Upon walking trapped in a skewed universe, it becomes a journey both harrowing and enlightening as she struggles to comprehend all she must do to return to that which is familiar or change this new present before she falls into an endless reality warping, potentially life-threatening cycle. A subtle yet complex, foundationally simplistic yet intelligently designed, tangibly relatable exposition on the human condition and comprehension of existence wrapped in a sci-fi mold, focused on the notion of the woman's harried realization that the life she currently finds herself a prisoner of carries with it an ongoing, ever unfolding maze she has to deduce through actions taken, observations made, and lessons learned, while also contending with the shadowy corporation behind it all. The film comes across at first as very well basic and maybe even a tad plan. But please allow the story to unwind before you, and what comes from it ultimately is a fantastic little piece of actuality getting twisted over and over again as we get more and more invested in the lead character and how each and every moment she endures is somehow inexorably leading us towards a yet to be revealed destination we ideally long to see, regardless of some formulaic seen it before elements being present along the path. I felt that the raw starkness of the film itself lends a perfect atmosphere to what's being explored and really does make you have to pay attention to the details as you go, as if we truly were right there with the character of Jane as she is herself forced to problem solve the proverbial rat in a maze. Added to this is the smart utilization of flashbacks and random images that burn into Jane's mind as she moves forward in her quest for facts and solutions, all of which blend wonderfully into the greater whole, helping to form that larger portrait being painted. Soon, we see everything from the power of deep memory, how experience teaches us the will to survive and develop perseverance, finding the mind's limits, paranoias, fears, and the ability to outlast frustration, to getting back up, starting over, seeing what's worth trying, while conversely trying to fix what's broken, adapting to control our perspective, and accepting what can be changed while still discovering comfort and fulfillment. Of course, there is also the core view centered on mental formatting and experimentation being pushed too far, benefiting the few but overtly detrimental to the many. I will say that the final reveal of the story certainly promotes a deeply ominous tone and leaves more to conjecture, which I personally find highly satisfying. Beyond all of this, however, what ends up being most impressive to me is that this was shot entirely during the pandemic lockdown with only the heart pair actually on set. Every other facet being done remotely, and that alone makes this film one to admire and relish for the sheer determination, drive, and passion for filmmaking being displayed here again. The beauty of an indie movie. Therefore, in total, Infinitum, Subject Unknown, is a quietly brilliant study in all things human formulated to make us consider what it is to grasp the reality we are in while entertainingly offering us a glimpse into the fantastical realms of what alternate universes might hover just beyond our current perceptions and understanding. Hence, I would rate this movie a 6 out of 10 this time because of its out of the box concept and presentation. In short, take the time, watch the film, and really let what's over, above, and below the surface pull you in. And consider telling me your opinion in the comments. Also, if you like my work, please subscribe to this channel for a moral support. So, see you real soon with another movie. Take care, guys.